Hello, superstar traders. Welcome back to EQ Markets Global YouTube channel. And this is the weekly market outlook for 26th to 30th of June 2023. My name is 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗥𝗘, Head Market Analyst and also Head of Education and Product Research for EQ Markets Global. And I'm super delighted to share these moments with you. You know how we do it every week, where we share deep market insights and also assets that are going to fetch you real money. All right. We've been doing this and the testimonies are super amazing. Right. If you doubt, then I need you to go back to a week, 2 weeks, and even 3 weeks, and even a month back and look at our analysis and see the success rate that is over 80%. So we're going to do the same again this week, and we're going to be telling you real assets and where they are going and how you can make good money from them, right? But before we go straight into that, all right, let me quickly take you through the economic calendar for this week. So for this week, Monday, we are void of all economic happenings or all high impact economic happenings, by the way, not economic happenings or high impact economic happenings. By Tuesday, we're expecting some CPI data from Canada, all right, and also consumer confidence data from the US by 3 p.m. right? And then on Wednesday, we are also expecting some CPI data from Australia. And then, of course, the Bank of England, the governor of the Bank of England and the governor of the Bank of Japan will be giving this speech at the same time. Super amazing, 2:30 p.m. Of course, we all know what GBP JPY has been doing recently, the massive weakening of the Japanese yen and the strengthening of the Great Britain pound. All right. Except there is going to be an intervention for the Japanese yen. All right. Then we will be able to see a sell-off perhaps this week and next week. All right. But if not so, then it simply means that GBP JPY will continue to um, keep having a bullish rally, right? But until then, let's see the speech and how their speech is going to be affecting the market. Not also leaving behind the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank of a bank in US, or Jerome Powell, will be also giving a speech the same time by 2:30 p.m. So this pair is actually a good pairs that we should be looking out for: GBP JPY and also USD JPY. It's more like looking like it's more like looking like a set, right? Subsets and they're like. All right, pardon me. Let's quickly go ahead to Thursday. On Thursday, of course, we will also be expecting some CPI data from Europe. And then, of course, the same Thursday, Italy, precisely in Europe, will be experiencing bank holiday, right? And then that does not mean that Euro as a whole is experiencing bank holiday. No, only Italy in Europe will be experiencing bank holiday for June 29th, being Thursday. And then, of course, by 1:30 p.m., we will be having some unemployment claims and gross domestic product quarter-on-quarter report for the USD. Finally, on Friday, we'll be expecting some core PCE and GDP data, GDP data from Canada and core PCE data from the US. So nothing too serious to look at this week. Nothing really too serious. There are no jobs report, that job opening and labor turnover survey. We will be expecting that report next week. And of course, we will also be expecting NFP next week, Friday. Is it next week, Friday? Yes, precisely. Yes, next week, Friday, we will also be expecting NFP. So, guys, let's prepare ourselves. All right, so this is the economic calendar for this week. All right, let's quickly look at the dollar index. You know, most of the things that we trade is paired with the dollar, right? That does not mean you cannot look at the index of so many other things that you want to trade, right? But let's quickly look at the dollar index and see the performance of the dollar index. So on the weekly time frame, we see the dollar have rejection on this established support area for 3 times. Here, one, right? So here we had one, and then here again we had two, and then here again after much consolidation, we then have the bullish spike, right? But what is most interesting is that this is still in a bearish order, right? The dollar is still in a bearish order. So why did I say so? Of course, we know the definition of a bearish move, right? And that is, of course, lower highs and lower lows. So invariably, we could see a high here, and then this is properly, or we should say officially, the failure swing point, right? That failed to comply to creating higher highs so that we can continue to see this bullish movement, right? And then, of course, this failure actually gave birth to another lower high and then another lower high, right? So it simply means that dollar is actually going bearish, okay? Irrespective of this established support area that it has been respected on countless numbers of time. So what am I expecting this week? Most likely, dollar make a bullish move back into this zone and make a double top at that zone and then fall back to the established support. If possible, break the established support, retest, and continue to go all the way down. That's what I'm expecting most likely is going to be happening on the dollar. But until then, let's quickly look at also what this looks like on the daily time frame. Of course, you know, this is a weekly time frame. Of course, on the daily time frame, we're going to be seeing much more kind of data, right? So this is it on the daily time frame, right? So remember I was talking about this failure point, right? After failing to create a higher high, higher than this previous high. In fact, the failure started here, right? So this point failed to create a higher high, higher than this, and then that led to this other high being lower than this high, right? So we started seeing a progression of lower highs and as well lower what? Lows. And then of course we had this high lower than this, and then of course we still had this lower than this. We still then have this again lower than this. So what I'm expecting, like I said, a bullish retracement into this trend line and then come back into the support area. That's what I'll be expecting for this week. So yes, we might have or we might get to see some form of bullish movement on the dollar this week. But of course, let us also be aware that that's not the main trend on the dollar, right? If you look at the commodity channel index, of course, we can see bullish momentum being established on the daily time frame. All right. So it simply means that, yes, we're right when we say that we can see a bullish retracement, not a bullish reversal, right? But a bullish retracement we can see on the daily time frame. Until it comes back into this trend line, then we will be able to know what is going to be happening. Of course, for now, we have a bullish momentum, and of course, we are seeing some form of rejections around the 102.116 level, right? So let's continue to see that bullish movement. Let's continue to see that bullish movement, or perhaps a struggle around this zone. Okay, is either of the two, right? We can see the bullish movement, all right, into this trend line, then fall back, or we can see a struggle around this zone and then falls back into the established support area. All right, so just a bonus tip on what we'll be looking out for this week. I'm trying to give you a currency strength meter. So for this week, as at the time I'm making this video right now, Aussie is weak, okay? Aussie is very weak, and as well, the dollar is also very weak. Euro as well is very weak. So of course, you know what we say, right? If we pair the strongest against the weakest, then we can find opportunities. It simply means that, okay, let me use green for the strongest. So we have CHF, and then of course we have NZD. GBP is fairly strong, right? So let's also mark that out. So it simply means that for this week, we want to look for opportunities. Then we'll probably be looking for opportunities around AUD CHF. All right. I did not see opportunity as at the time of making this video, but I'll share with you also assets that can fetch you money, right? So AUD CHF and then Euro CHF, right? And then of course we can also look at USD CHF. I think I saw opportunity on USD CHF. More like a buy opportunity, right? A buy opportunity that I saw on USD CHF. And then of course we can as well look at NZD USD and then AUD NZD. Okay, so all these are going to be opportunities that will present themselves to you. GBP USD not to be left behind as well, right? But this is fairly strong, and this is actually at the weak point of its time, right? So pairing these assets is going to also give you insights to where you should find opportunities to trade the market for this week. Remember what I said? Take a picture of this. All right, thank you so much, right? So don't leave yet. I'm going to share with you more than 5 assets that will possibly give you good money in the next session, right? And I'm going to be doing that as quick as possible as I can. But please, before I go into that session, do me one favor, right? That favor you should do is, if you're new to this YouTube channel, do also subscribe so that I will be able to put out more amazing content just for you, right? But of course, subscribing to this YouTube channel isn't enough, right? Because if I drop amazing content, you will still not be notified. Perhaps you're going to see the analysis that I'm going to be dropping pretty much late. And of course, the analysis, the entry points must have passed. So what you're going to do after subscribing is look at the top right corner, all right, or somewhere at the top, and look for that icon, that bell icon, right? Click on the bell icon, all right, and then click on all. So you're turning on your notification to be at all, so that when I drop educative content that will benefit you, you'll be the first to see it. And of course, sometimes I do analysis, all right, on currency pairs or on even commodities. When I find good trade setups, I love to share with you guys on this YouTube channel, right? If you've done that, one last thing before we go into the next session where I will show you how to make money. One last thing you do for me, all right, is just two in one. Number one, smash the like button, right? Smash it real hard, all right? Smash it, smash it, thumbs up, all right? Smash a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up for this video, right? And then do well to share this video as well to all your loved ones, your friends, your communities, and anyone that you know is interested in FX that this video could be of help to. All right, thank you so much. And let's quickly run into the next session where I want to show you real opportunities, real market, real money. I don't know, I'm super excited anytime I make live analysis, people to make money. I'm super, super excited. Yeah, so the first one I'm going to be sharing with you is GBPNZ, right? GBPNZ. So I'm so kind of biased on GBPNZ, and this is my reason. Okay, so on the weekly time frame first, I see GBP breaking out from this significant level, but that doesn't mean that GBPNZ is still validated, right? So all these areas are potential selling areas, right? Around the 2.04996 to 2.08085. They are all potential selling areas, right? So what I am specifically looking at is confirmations around these potential trading areas for me to take a sell position. And of course, looking at that confirmation, we got a confirmation already on the daily time frame. So if you want to know how I do my confirmation, I'm going to be dropping a video on specifically the easiest method. Even if you started trading today, trust me, this method of confirmation will work wonders for you, right? That's the more reason why you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel, all right? And also put on the notification bell and all. Then don't forget to like, right? Because I'm going to be making that video for you. A lot of people have been asking, so it's actually on popular demand. I'll be making that video on how I find the easiest way to confirm my trades. I don't just jump into the trades, but I must confirm, and I'm going to be sharing that video with you. So let's come back now. So I've already got a confirmation by my momentum indicator called the CCI, right? I already see a bearish takeover sort of on the daily time frame, but that plays out really well on the 4-hourly time frame, right? And then of course on the 4-hourly time frame, I see this confirmation, right? Even though we are seeing the first impulse, right? The first impulse, then the next is going to be continuation, right? But then we want to take it at the first impulse. So this is the first impulse. We're yet to see another swing high. Officially, we're yet to see another swing high that is going to form lower than the first swing, this last swing point, right? So this is the point I'm talking about. All right, pardon me. Let me just quickly show you that. So yes, this is the point we're talking about. We're yet to see maybe another swing point that is going to be lower than that, and then of course drop. But if you look pretty well around this area, we already have a swing point, kind of. We can call that a swing point, kind of, right? That is lower than this point, right? Now, let's confirm. Let's really confirm, because I like to do my analysis with you and with reasonable facts. So to confirm, I'm scaling down to the 1 hourly time frame. And of course, you can see what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, on the 1 hourly time frame, this plays out really cool, right? Where we find first this zone here, and then another swing point being lower than this. So this swing point actually establishes the fact that we should go all the way down and down, right? So yes, so if this is a lower swing point, simply means this whole area is the failure swing zone, right? The failure swing zone. So of course, we're going to be looking out for some opportunities, but that confirmation is already on the 4 hourly time frame. And of course, we see that on the daily time frame, right? We see that as well on the daily time frame. So I'm expecting my first take profit to be around 2.05921. All right, and my second take profit to be around 2.04996. If you might be wondering how many pips that will be, to the first take profit is about 65 pips, and to the second take profit is about 162 pips. Guys, that's a whole lot of money. Money. Don't leave this money on the table, guys, right? So grab this opportunity. That's on GBP and ZD. I'm not giving you stop loss. I need you to define your own stop loss and do not over risk your account, right? Then the next trade setup I'm going to be giving to you is gold. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking me what's your fate on gold. In fact, this morning I woke up to a whole lot of bubbling messages everywhere. Sell gold, sell gold, sell gold, sell gold. Yes. So let me also throw my weight on gold analysis this morning, right? So yes, on gold, we are still kind of buy bias. That is surprising, right? So a lot of people will be like, this guy, are you serious? Even when a whole lot of people are saying gold is selling. Yes, on the long-term time frame, gold will most likely sell. But I'm looking at it on the short-term bias based on weekly analysis, right? Gold is buy biased. Now, I don't know what you're talking about, but of course, everybody cannot be saying the same thing. The most important thing is know what you're doing and it fetches your money, right? So this is it on the daily time frame. Whatever is the case you're looking at, this is why I said gold is still buy bias, right? So at first, gold is printing higher highs and higher lows. Guys, look at this on the daily time frame, right? So I don't know. I'm just throwing my weight on gold. So forgive me if I'm talking with so much passion, right? So we already know a bullish movement. What's a bullish movement? A bullish movement is simply a movement of higher highs and higher lows. True? Yes, true. Okay, now let's look at it. So gold took off flight from 1615 level, right? And then, of course, created this other high, created a higher low, and then created another higher high. Now it's creating another what? Higher low. Guys, can't you just see it that way? Can you not just see it that way? So it simply means that in the long term, gold is going back to this level. And of course, if it breaks above that level, that's what we're looking at. Guys, I don't really know. But this is what, for me personally, I'm looking at, right? So everyone can be saying the same thing, right? But this is exactly what I am seeing playing out on gold. So gold, yes, I am buy biased. And I say it again. All right, so even though I'm buy bias, we might most likely see some form of retracement after gold. After gold has this minor bullish movement, right? We might see a little sell-off back into this trend line. And of course, from that trend line, we would most likely see the bullish movement continue. So let's look at these on the 4-hourly time frame, right? Because on the 4-hourly time frame, this is going to be making so much sense to us, right? So this is it, guys. This is it. Can you see this now? So gold is having a bullish movement, all right, at around 1939, 1940 axis, right? We probably will be facing some sort of obstruction, right? That's more like a seller zone, All right, that's what we call the supply zone, right? So around this level here, we might find some sellers looking around there who would push prices back to 1910 thereabout, right? And from 1910 thereabout, that is actually lying on this support area. Touch, and then it touch, and then we see a pull to the upside, right? So for this week, if you want to trade gold, right, I would advise, if you're a scalper, you scalp buy into 1939 zone, right? Of course, we can see even on the 4-hourly time frame that we have bullish momentum still widely in play on gold, right? So until this market comes to perhaps around 1939, or of course, until I see the bullish guys on the 4-hourly time frame exhaust all of their energy, I am buy biased up until 1939, where we probably will be having sellers lock around that zone to push prices further below, right? So don't say I did not tell you. This is $1 million analysis I'm just making for you. And then I've given you two, right? GBP and ZD sell gold, a bullish retracement, and a bullish push, a bearish retracement. And then, of course, we can find good buy opportunity or good buy setup on gold. Then what else again? I'll be giving you GBP and GBP JPY, right? So guys, this has dealt with a lot of work. I'm not left behind. And of course, GBP JPY dealt with me because of too much of guff, right? And too much of belief. Even when I knew my analysis was invalidated, I refused to step out of the market. Now that was very crazy. That was really, really crazy. So looking at this, I already knew this was making a bullish movement, right? Of course, we can see this area here. This was the last lower high that was created. And of course, this lower high was effectively cleared out here, right? So we had break of structure here. And then, of course, if this is the low, right, then this is the high, or let's take this more obvious one as the high. We printed another higher low here, and then another words, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then, of course, this was fundamental. So this is another higher low, higher high. So when this took off flight from here, I knew for certain that if this does not respect my trend line, it was going to print another higher high, higher than this, before coming back below. But right, I took a sell position somewhere around here, closed out, and then took another sell position somewhere around here because I felt that, all right, this was final bust stop for this great guy, GBP JPY, right? But then I took some sell positions somewhere around this level where we currently are. But then I still saw some push to the upside. But that notwithstanding, on the daily time frame, right? So this is still going to consolidate around this zone. Don't forget, this is still going to consolidate around this zone, or maybe even have a little push more to the upside. If you look at it, right, you can see that there is possibly a tendency for this guy to come back into 186.519. But until then, let's look at what is going to be happening in the midterm, in the interim, right? So if you look at it on the daily time frame first, we are getting close to having a confirmation for a sell. All right. So don't forget, where currently price is sitting as well is a potential trading area, is a seller zone, right? So we just need confirmation to perhaps taking some few pips before we see the bullish movement most likely continue on GBP JPY, right? So until we find that confirmation on the daily time frame, I wouldn't advise you to get into the market. Already, we have confirmation on the 4-hourly time frame, right? So, but then this confirmation, we might still see prices return back to perhaps testing this previous high, which is at around 182.958, approximately 183 level, 183.184 level, right? 183.184 level. Possibly we might see some bullish push again back into those zones, and then we get more confirmation on the daily time frame, and we go all the way down. So let me show you what is going to most likely be happening, right? So remember this trend line I've always shared with you guys: first touch, second touch. This is a break of structure, right? So if there is a break of structure here and prices respect this zone that I've clearly marked out, then we're going to see a bearish retracement back into this trend line. That's more like a break and retest, right? So look at it clearly. So we're going to see more like a break. This is a break retest, and prices will continue to push above, right? So beautiful. That's what I'm expecting on GBP JPY, right? Look for a confirmation first on the daily time frame, and then take a shot on GBP JPY. And then I also found you guys a good opportunity as well on Euro CHF, right? So on Euro CHF, remember last week I was telling you on Euro CHF to buy. The week before last and last week, I was telling you an opportunity on Euro CHF to buy, right? So yes, the buy is still valid because we have bullish momentum on the weekly time frame, right? We have bullish momentum on the weekly time frame. So we're only experiencing a bearish retracement on we're only experiencing a bearish retracement on the 4-hourly time frame, or even on the daily time frame, right, guys? So this is what I could find. Although it's looking like there is no proper break or structure yet, right? But on the 4-hourly time frame, you can find a break or structure. So remember, I use everything to trade, right? So if you look at it closely, we have a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and of course, accompany these lower highs are lower lows, right? And then, of course, finally, we saw the last lower high somewhere around here, right? So don't forget, this is the last lower high. So the next high that was created broke this structure, right? Because of course it was supposed to create a lower high and continue to move lower. And then of course we started seeing higher high, because this high, the higher low rather, this high was higher than this, and then of course this was now higher than this. We now started seeing on the 4-hourly time frame higher highs and higher lows printing themselves, right? Another higher high. So what we're expecting is most likely prices to come back into this zone. We find equal low, right? Equal low, and then we find confirmation around this zone, right? And then we go all the way up, right? So that's what I'm expecting to happen on Euro CHF for this week, right? Buy opportunity. So because this has already created higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hourly time frame. So yes, guys, look out for this zone, right? Look out for this particular price zone, where currently price is trading to somewhere at around 0.97301. Around these levels, find confirmation and go in for a buy on Euro CHF. I find another good opportunity on USD CAD. Remember last week I was telling you that USD CAD is sitting on a good support area, right? And of course, looking at these on the weekly time frame, we can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's a very good progression, right? So on this zone where currently price is sitting, we will still need to find a little consolidation, but in the long term, where USD CAD is going all the way up, all the way up. Yeah, that's where, of course, USD CAD is going. Let's look at it on the 4-hourly time frame. Of course, on the daily time frame. Of course, on the daily time frame, we don't have confirmation yet. Prices is still bearish dominated, but then we would still look out for how prices is going to consolidate around these zones that I've marked out. That is 1.31068 and of course 1.31921. Around this zone, we can find consolidation up until the trend line, and then we find a bullish spike happen, right? So that's another opportunity that you should put your eyes on. It's not set yet, but put your eyes on that. All right, how would I leave my dear Euro USD, guys? Of course, you know, anytime I make analysis and I don't touch Euro USD, it's kind of like weird. So yeah, I'm also going to touch Euro USD, right? So on the weekly time frame, yeah, of course, we've seen higher highs and higher lows printed themselves. First touch here, higher high, higher low, higher high, another higher low here. So price is going to create another high that is going to be higher than this one we are currently saying. That is this level here we're currently seeing. So we expect prices to, of course, come to this zone or break above that zone. And of course, congratulations to everyone 2 weeks ago and last week as well that took my analysis last 2 weeks ago, yeah, on Euro USD. Because of course, just like I threw my weight on gold, was the same way I threw my weight on Euro USD. Because of course, a lot of people were saying sell, 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 and I said this guy is not selling. look at what this guy is doing, and he's buying. And I told every of my community member, buy Euro USD, and we made a lot of money from buying Euro USD. So this week here, I'm back again, and I'm saying Euro USD is going to buy. But first, before the buy, we're going to see a bearish retracement, of course, creating another higher low. And then, of course, from that level, we'll probably find opportunity that is going to see it break above 1.10660, right? So look out for this bearish retracement into this particular price area, somewhere at around 1.07738, all right? So yes, Euro USD would have that kind of bearish retracement, most likely this week. And then, of course, at that same level, we find good entry for a buy that is going to see Euro USD break above 1.10660. I still got a whole lot to share, guys, but already this video is getting too long. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be dropping the rest of the analysis this week on our Telegram channel, right? You can find the link to join our Telegram channel in the description below. And also follow us on all of our social media handles. I'll be sharing with you good trade setups that will fetch you real good money, right? So my name is 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗥𝗘, Ed Market Analyst, and I will see you in the next weekly market outlook. Bye for now, and I wish you a peaceful, profitable week this week. Thank you so much.